riding in the rodeo. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Joe 80 Radio Black Band on a Saturday night live. Why not tonight? 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 Why not? Why not? Why not tonight? Wow, okay. Chill, man. Welcome to the radio on a Saturday night. I don't know what this is. Yeah, okay. Pain and suffering, pain and suffering, pain and suffering, pain and suffering, pain. Oh, okay, one more. Oh, we're out of tune. We're gonna have our own car show. All right. Welcome, like I said, Joe Eddie Radio. And I have a special announcement tonight. We're going to be reading a story. It's story time. And this is a long video. So if you don't want to be here for a long time, you're free to leave. We've got a new book. No Trees to Hold the Sky. 13 stories. 13 short stories. And I would like to read a story tonight. I'm going to read us one from here. So, hey. All right. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, actually. We're not going to dive right into it. But you can get this book. You can pre-order it now There's all these pages and words. It feels nice and soft. It's really floppy. It's easy. It's not that thick. It fits in your bag. It's really tiny. It's flimsy and it feels good. It feels nice. It feels scraggly. It feels smooth. It feels soft. You know how it feels. They make books like this now. I don't know how they do it. It feels like rubber. It's got a rubber. Okay, so I've got a few corrections to make on the proof, not for resale, but we're gonna read from it tonight. Anyway, before we do that, though, I just want to chill. I've had a good day. I've had a good day. I'm a little ashamed of how I talked to the AI. I was really frustrated with it. Let's see here. I was thinking of... I'm going to do my best at this. Tell me, do you think it'd be alright if I could just crash here tonight? You can see I'm in no shape for driving. Anyway, I got no place to go. Actually, no. Let's see, what does he say? You know, it might not be that bad. She was the best I ever had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, I might not be alone. Tomorrow we can drive around this town. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Actually, might be something found to take it place. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Oh, you can trust me not to think, not to sleep around. What are the words? Tell me. Leave it in the chat. You're probably screaming at the screen right now, I know. But you can trust me not to drink, not to sleep around. Oh, well, you can trust me not to think, not to sleep around. If you don't expect too much, you might not be let down. Actually, no, it might not be that bad. It was the best I never had. If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, might be here with you. Tomorrow we can drive around this town. Let the cops, well, that's, oh, we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. What is that? Oh, we, oh, we can drive around this town, let the cops, oh, we can drive around, oh, we can drive. What? Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Oh, now I'm lost. Hey, jealousy. Tomorrow we can. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Something might be found, take its place. Hey, hey, jealousy. It's a little weird there too. All right. I'm just messing around. Sorry. Hi. Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. Even though the past gonna be found to take its even though the past is something found to take its place. Hey, please, hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Something like that. about that story? Let's get back to some music, folks. I don't know what I'm really doing here. I'm just I was gonna have a program. I should do a program. I was frustrated with AI. And I wanted to smash. I'm not normally the type to want to smash something. But I wanted to smash my keyboard because I wanted to smash the AI. I wanted to smash the thing behind the AI, but instead I just put it away and I came here. And I'm going to read a story. And thank you all for being here. Before we get into that story, let's listen to some more tunes. Yeah, I think we should. Let's find some tunes. Let's find some good tunes. You're listening to Radio Black Band on Joe Eddie Radio. One more time. Your tender touch, your voice is wine. All right, folks. Clickety clack on the mouse. I'll go grab the money. You go pack the bag. Baby, don't forget the honey. We don't need no rain. We'll take Highway 99 down through San Francisco. We'll keep it low. We'll be out on the road in the morning for the nowhere gone. Trading pictures on our telephone. Trading pictures. Keep your eyes on the road. I got eyes on the skee ball. You go talk to the clerk. I'll work up the valley with my corner Michael Diamond shirt. You know what to do, baby. Get us a favorite room. In the morning when the sun comes up, cool flower will be sailing on our mount. Trading pictures on our telephone. Trading pictures. Keep your eyes, baby, on the road. Trading pictures. Trading pictures. Now trading pictures. I'll zip up your dress, babe. You straighten out my tie. I'll stroll down through the parking garage and pick us out a brand new ride. You fire when you're ready. Walk it like you know you do. I'll hold the door to the mezzanine floor on the elevator, then we're through. Trading pictures on our telephone. Trading pictures. Keep your eyes, honey, on the road. Trading pictures on our telephone. Trading pictures. Keep your eyes, baby, on the road. Trading pictures. Trading pictures. Trading pictures. Well, yeah, this feels nice. What else should I play? I just sit around and do this, so I'm sorry for the quiet times in between. I just do what I need to. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's not what I want to play, it's what wants to play me. Yeah, it's what wants to. Well, your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. But when the evening rolls around and it's time to hit the town, where do you go to rock and roll? Well, the old folks say that you gotta and you did by 10. But if you're out on a date, don't you bring her home all late, 'cause it's a sin. You know there's no excuse, you know you're gonna lose, you better win. I'll say it again. What was that about knowing your song well before you start singing? Sorry, my bad. It's a post, we're in a post song world? Are we in a post song world yet? No. No. I should know the song before I start. Tell you what, we'll turn this into a lesson video. That song is called Clickety Clack Clack Clack. Loggins in Messina. I'm just gonna do the chords I was doing. Reached number 4 in the Billboard Hot 100 in 1972. Well, your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Why, an evening rolls around and it's time to go to town. Where do you go to rock and roll? The old folks say that you gotta end your date by 10. I had that right. If you're out on a date, don't you bring her home late. It's a sin. There just ain't no excuse, and you know you're gonna lose, you never win. I'll say it again. It's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When the evening rolls around and it's time to hit the town, where do you go? But I don't have... Oh, God, right? See, I know the Poison version. Let's see. They pull into a drive-in, find a place to park, hop into the back seat where you know it's nice and dark, and just about to move in, you're thinking, this is a breeze. There's a light in your eye, and then a guy says, out of the car, long hair. Louie, Louie, you're coming with me, the local police. And it's all because Louise. Who's Louise? Let's see, it's interesting to think that that's on the 4 up there with that part. Well, we hopped into the back seat, find a place to park, pulled out to the drive-in where it's always nice and dark. I'm jumping in the sweat, just about to move, and I'm thinking, Joe Eddie, this is a breeze. When a light comes shining in through the car window, and he says, out of the car, long hair. Ooh, hey, you coming with me? Louise, coming with me. The local police. It's all because your mama don't dance and your daddy do not rock and roll. Your mama does not dance and your daddy does not rock and your mother does not dance and your father does not rock and roll. It just ain't cool and it ain't about to start. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. That's interesting. Learn something new every day, y'all. Let's do that story that I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? I heard that. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, this is from No Trees to Hold the Sky. I've got the story marked up here. And we'll just get to it. This is story take 30 minutes probably to read here. This song is called, it's what we're doing right now, Radio After Midnight. Radio After Midnight. From my new book, No Trees to Hold the Sky, which you can check out. From your library, hopefully soon, or you can get online at joeeddie.com. And let me know if you run into any issues with that. I want to know. So here we go. Let's settle in. Oops. There we go. Radio After Midnight. The booth smelled like burned coffee and old foam. That's the first thing I'd tell you. Not poetic, but true. The foam panels on the walls were yellow at the edges and were supposed to kill the echo. They did their job. Nothing got in or out that wasn't supposed to. It was midnight. I'd just settled into the chair, the one that leaned a little left and complained if you shifted too fast. Oh, must not be this one. My chair doesn't complain. Yeah, where was I? It was midnight. I'd just settled into the chair, the one that leaned a little left and complained if you shifted too fast. And the board in front of me was lit up the way a board gets when it's waiting. Red lights, green lights, the clock on the wall. A coffee mug that had started the night hot and wouldn't stay that way. The show didn't have a grand name. Joe Eddie Radio After Midnight. That's all it was. No tagline. No theme music beyond whatever I pulled from the stack. People up at this hour weren't looking for polish, I hope. They wanted just enough static to keep them company. Something to prove the world was still running while they weren't. I knew the feeling. I'd been the one not sleeping before I'd been the one talking to the ones not sleeping. Hey folks, it's Joe Eddie, I said when the second hand hit 12. It's late. Moon's got nothing better to do. Nothing to do, neither. The moon's got nothing better to do. Neither do we. Neither do we. My bad. Let's keep each other awake. Please. I dropped the needle on a record. Slow number. Steel guitar. The kind of song that sounds like it was recorded in a room smaller than this one. Gestures. The booth went warm with it. Outside the window, the town was dark and staying dark. A freight train somewhere moving through without stopping. No headlights on the street, just the record and the light from the board and the coffee going cold beside me. Aw. Well, let's hear a song. I like it so far. He's settling into the booth. He's settling into the booth.
Black and red, the mixture of blood.
Bleh.
The written word. This is my ritual. This is my ritual. One must draw blood. Without blood, there can be no life. Without life, there can be no ritual. Without ritual, life is monstrous. Without blood, there can be no life. If that prayer reaches the end of its ribbon, there can be no ritual. Wind it back. As the sun sets, I trace the shadows of her lips along the stone wall. This is my ritual. Here I am again in the driveway, pulling in the park, wondering if I should have gone to the barn. Go get my shoes on, get the dog, take a long walk. Wonder if you called my name out today. Wonder if you said my name again. Just walking on eggshells, something got to give. I'm afraid to look inside my home fridge. Every time I call, you never answer the phone. Every time I come home, it's like you're alone. The house is dark and pots are cold, and it's sitting alone, it's getting pretty old. In the driveway, park the truck again. I wonder if I should go to the bar and find myself a new friend. Did you just say you were leaving again? When you say that you were going, my mom wanted to know. She said, gonna get us some tickets, fly down to Mexico. This way things have been, I just don't know. That's a good idea.
You're listening to Joe Eddie Radio. Radio Black Band. Still online. Off the dial. On purpose. Joe Eddie Radio is brought to you by LostPinup.com. LostPinup.com. Your online home for cool pinup, vintage pinup cards. Check out lostpinup.com. Hey folks, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back I'm just doing stuff to the video here, and we're gonna get back to our story. Let's see. Is this possible? We have a really high-tech studio here. I'm sure there's someone out there who could help me with this. All right, let's get back to it, shall we? I'll read the final paragraph or a half sentence. So. Let's see. Oh yeah, he was in the radio booth. Hey folks, it's Joe Eddy. The moon's got nothing better to do, neither do we. Let's keep each other awake. I dropped the needle on a record, slow number, steel guitar. The booth was warm. Outside the window, the town was dark, and it was staying dark. A freight train somewhere, moving through without stopping. No headlights on the street, just the record and the light from the board and the coffee going cold beside me. I wish I had coffee right now. Not at this hour. Not at this hour. Who drinks that coffee at this hour? This guy, apparently. The calls started coming around 12:30, which, interestingly enough, is right now. The way they always did. The first hour was mine. After that, the night opened up and let people in. Lisa called from somewhere across town. She was trying to map her husband's snoring patterns. She'd been doing it for 3 nights with a notebook. I'm starting to think there's a system, she said. There's always a system, I told her. Whether it means anything is a different question. She laughed. We talked for a few minutes about the gap between patterns and meaning, which is the kind of thing you can only discuss at 12:45 in the morning. I put a record on after she hung up and thought about it a while. The needle found the groove. The groove didn't ask questions. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Andy from Mill Valley called next. Andy was a regular. He didn't call every night, but when he did, it was about the sparrows. Still circling? I asked before he'd said much. Still circling. 6 of them now. Maybe 7. I stopped counting. Let's start that over, you guys. Let's start that over. Sorry. Andy from Mill Valley called next. Andy was a regular. He didn't like to be called Andy, but that was his name. He liked to talk about the sparrows. Still circling? I asked before he'd said much. Still circling. What was his voice like? Still circling. 6 of them now. Maybe 7. I stopped counting. The sparrows had been orbiting Andy's roofline for about 3 weeks. Not migrating, though. Circling. Like they were waiting on something. He wasn't alarmed exactly. More puzzled. The kind of puzzle that turns into a nightly ritual if you let it. You tried talking to them? I asked. What would I say? Doesn't matter, they're not listening for content. He went quiet for a moment. Maybe I'll put some seeds out. Can't hurt. You ever think they know something we don't? I looked out the booth window at the dark street. What I'm going to do right now. I looked out the window at the dark street. I looked out the window at the dark street. I think most things know something we don't. That doesn't make them right about it. Andy chuckled and signed off. I spun another record. The night had a rhythm when it was going right. Call, music, call, music. Tonight it was going right. The coffee was cold, but I kept drinking it. Ritual over function. Ritual over function. You do that at this hour. Oh, let's take a moment. I won't go away from the camera, but let's play a little guitar interlude for this next song, this next section. Let's see, what should we play? Let's play. Let's see. Bobby from Grand Forks called somewhere around 1:15. Bobby was the kind of caller who got right to it. Shadow Woman walked right through town last night, he said. The Shadow Woman. I'd been hearing about her for months, from callers scattered across a stretch of small towns that all seemed to share the same darkness. Nobody could describe her exactly. Elongated, people said. Blurred at the edges like she was moving even when she was standing still. She walked at night, always alone, always unhurried. Nobody had spoken to her. Nobody had tried. I'm scared all of a sudden. She'd do anything? I said. Just walked. Mrs. Patrick saw her go from one street light to the next without her shadow changing direction. Said it was like watching someone move through a photograph. I wrote that down. through a photograph. Mrs. Patrick had a poet's eye and didn't know it. Where do you think she's going? I said. Not a real question. The kind you ask to keep the conversation breathing. I don't think she's going anywhere, Bobby said. I think she's already there, wherever there is. We sat with that a moment. The board hummed. A truck went by outside. Maybe she keeps Andy Sparrow's company, I said. They're both up at the same hour. Bobby laughed, a short, genuine one. Birds are sharp. Maybe she talks to 'em. Or they talk to her. Either way, he paused. Keep the music coming, Joe Eddie. I'll make a stew. What kind? The kind that takes all night. Best kind, I said, and let him go. I put on something instrumental after Bobby. No words. Just the music doing what music does when you give it room. I looked out the window. The street was the same street it had been all night. Dark, quiet, still. I thought about a woman who moved through a photograph. I thought about whether the photograph was this town or every town or something else entirely. I didn't write that down. Some thoughts are just weather. We'll leave it right there, folks. I'm telling you, it goes somewhere. The story does go somewhere. We'll just have to buy the book, I guess. Now, I'll read more. I'll read more in a little bit. Let's get back to the music. You're listening to Joe Eddie Radio here on radio.joeeddie.com.